Right, the bike is in the picture and the Ting is in the picture. I'll call that technically done. Right, do you remember bikes days? How we used to do bikes all the time. And then I got a pain in my bollocks. Well, I still have a pain in my bollocks, but it's a nice day. And I have my camera on. So let's see if this ever gets uploaded. I'm up in Wicklow doing a photo rally point. I average about 8 to 10 photo rally points a year. Out of the more than 8 to 10 that you're supposed to do. Someday I'll do it all, but for now I'm just doing some. I was going to do 2 today, but now I've got to pay me bollocks again, so I'm going to go home via a nice little cup of coffee and I sit down. But in the meantime, how are things? How are you doing? This isn't an amazing road, but the scenery is pretty good. I've been spending the last while I've been not uploading, doing the thing, as you might have gathered. I think the last time I regularly uploaded, more than once a year was the trip in, was that 2023? Yeah, it was. The big sort of longish trip. Well, it was a month or so. That was cool. That was the Dolomites and Slovenia. And then 2 weeks fucking around on my own doing a few mountain passes that we missed, or that I missed. Got to do the Stelvio again, that was nice. Got my little sticker, built up my little sticker collection. And made it home via France and Belgium and various places. It was cool, it was good. Good doing it myself. I've done a couple of organised trips and this is my first that was my first more than a couple of days on my own. Just doing my own thing. It was cool, it was good to do. And then last year we did Morocco, myself and onto was Rainbow. I put up a couple of little clips from that. I mostly didn't save any of the videos I took. I have a big fuck off SD card in this thing now, so I can take a whole day video and a battery pack and the whole job and all, which means that I'm not going to fucking go back and look at it all or try and pull out all the good bits. I'll generally record little clips where I can. I'll give it a shot. So yeah, that was, in some ways technology was the fucking better of me because, if you have the ability to record everything, you're not going to edit it. And I'm not. So this is the best I can do, is almost close to no editing. Just fucking take this and do the thing. Morocco was fucking shit cool. It was also an organised trip. We've done a couple of those now. I've done a couple of those with overlanders, where basically it's a group of 10 or 12 generally, bikers plus their pillions if applicable, and a guide who's basically, and they book all your hotels for you. It's the fucking lazy cunts version of a bike tour, but I'm not proud. I'm not knocking it. It's great. You don't have to fucking think about anything. You just get up on the bike every day and get your bikes done for 2 solid weeks. And honestly, even though I was going to say you pay a premium, you kind of don't. I think it'd probably, if you were going off doing what we generally do and book your shit every day for that day kind of thing, you'd probably end up paying more than on an organised trip. Just to talk about the money bit for a while, the 2-week trip to the Dolomites was what, 3.5 grand, and that was the bike shipped, the hotel every night, a couple of dinners, generally coffees and stuff. Sometimes they get covered. There's some number of them that they cover. And considering that of those 14 days, you could end up paying more than you would on a hotel, depending on what hotel availability. And also you run the risk of booking a shite hotel. All the hotels that they have, they know the people in the hotel. Sometimes we rock up and they just open the garage door, they know the Overlanders lads, and they're like, yeah, here's the lads, here they have 12 bikes, they're sound, they spend a lot of money on beer, yep. And you don't get that sometimes. We've had a couple of fucking, not horror stories, but especially where we've stayed for a couple of nights in a place where it's just shy. You know, so this is not great. It could be better. I'll pay a little bit of a premium for it, knowing that the place you're staying is good. And especially when it comes to Morocco and the likes of that, because, you know, continental Europe, yeah, whatever, whip out booking.com and you're done. Morocco, probably similar in a lot of places, but there's some places where it gets a tiny bit ropey. I wouldn't call it properly ropey. It's a great place. It's very concentrated on the cities. You know, a lot of people will say, "Oh, I've been to Morocco," but they've actually been to Marrakesh. You know, and that's fine. You see the Medina and you see the markets, you see all the bits and bobs and everything like that. But once you get out into the rurals, it's another story entirely. They had, I think I said in one of the videos, and you saw in one of the previous videos, you know, just washed out roads and shite roads. They had the earthquake a couple of years ago, and some of the places just haven't been rebuilt at all. And the road is just half washed away still, and there's bits hanging off it, and you pull into anywhere and there's people there that just have nothing, like, and it's not great. But you know, you do what you kind of can. One thing that struck me being there, and you see these gangs of kids, and they're coming up to you because, like, yeah, I mean, you're an unusual thing that's stopped in their town, and they don't want sweets or money or anything like that. They all speak French, so they say a stylo. They want like a pen or a pencil. Like, that's what they want out of you. It's fucking, you know, it's that very sad in a way that's the way things are for folks. But you know, things are turning around. It's one of those places where if I go back in 5 years, it's going to be different. You know, it's one of those disappearing places at the moment where things are getting rebuilt, but a little slowly. So if you come back in a few years, it's going to be different. It's going to be a different experience. You know, the roads will be a little better. And some of the lads on the tour who do off-road, and especially the guide, Derek, is like, you know, all the dirt is disappearing. Like, the gravel is disappearing. It's all getting turned into tarmac. Which, you know, if you like riding around on gravel and in dry riverbeds and shit, is a bit of a tragedy, but for the people who live there, it's quite good. And yeah, very worth doing as a trip, and it's a great experience with the lads, and you know, can't recommend them more. Never had a bad experience, etc, etc, etc. They don't pay me, obviously. I pay them quite a bit, and no, it's good. Do it, you know, and looking forward to future trips. Like, all the trips I want to do are ones where, you know, you can go and do the fucking Swiss Alps and the French Alps and whatever Alps anytime. And if you go there, yeah, it's there. And if you come back in 5 years, it's still going to be there. You know, they're not going anywhere. You know, you can do your mountain passes. Like, we did the Stelvio in 2017, 2018, which is 7 or 8 years ago now. And I did it last year, or 2023, the year before last. And it was the same. Like, it was the exact same, right? And so you can do that any time, but I'd rather do stuff that is going to change, you know, in Morocco and everything like that. I'm thinking about doing the Albania and North Macedonia and Kosovo trip that they're doing, if they do it this year. Because again, especially with the likes of Kosovo is one of the youngest countries in, you know, Europe or Eastern Europe, and things are changing massively. You know, it's great to see it, and see it while you can. Because I always sort of assumed that things are going to be just there and you can go and see them, and that applied to a couple of different things. I always wanted to go see Chernobyl, go to see Pripyat and the nearby town and everything set up. You could do sort of unofficial tours of it and something like that. It was always sort of in the back of my head. I could have done it. I'm not fucking doing it now. Like, it's a war zone again, and it will be for, you know, the foreseeable, let's say. And so, yeah, it really brings home the go do shit while it's still there and while you can, and while it's changing, while you can say you saw things while it was, you know, in transition, that kind of thing. So yeah, Morocco. Yeah, definitely a lot of money getting spent over there. There's cops fucking everywhere. They don't care about tourists, or rather they do care about tourists, but not in the way that cops generally care about tourists, which is like, there's roadblocks on some of the roads and you just see them pulling the roadblock aside as we approach. It's like there's fucking 12 big adventure bikes. Clearly they're not locals. Let's not hassle them, and don't worry too much about speed limits either, lads. You know, that kind of thing. But it's the experience. It was good, very good. So more tours, more of this kind of thing, and more of this kind of thing. It's what? It's March. Get out of the way. It's March. Is it March? Yeah, technically March. And I said I'll go out and do one or more photo rally points. What are you up to? Reversing up a hill. And I did one and I said, you know what, I'll do me. Might go do another one tomorrow. Who knows? So bikes wise, well, we're catching up. Obviously I'm still on this GS here. This is just if you want quick hot bike takes. I'm fucking blessed that I bought this bike when I bought it, because KTM just exploded. So good luck getting a proper job done on your KTM. They'll probably get bought, but you know, it's going to be fucking rough for a little while. Also, you know, the people who sold me my KTM, who were called Two Wheels now, they were M50 Honda, share useless cunts. So I was blessed when I bought this bike, because, you know, KTM go away. And also, this is the last good GS now. Put that in your pipe and smoke it, because the 1300, I fucking cannot fathom why you'd buy a 1300. I mean, it's probably a grand bike, probably a good bike. Not as an upgrade to this. Holy shit. It might be, you know, a nicer engine, whatever it is. But, like, just the amount of fucking shit they have hanging off it, and the amount of stuff that can go wrong. Like, the fucking panniers have, like, power sockets and shit in them. And also, more importantly, 30 fucking grand. Like, 30 fucking grand on a bike. No, just fuck off. Like, you're getting absolutely beyond the beyonds. Like, considering the way cars are going, is that you're spending on a bike what people spend on a car, you know, and the rest. You know, you can get a moderately sized electric car for about 20-25 grand now, like, and 30 grand for a bike can go and ask my fucking hoop. So considering as well, it's not even that it's like, oh, that's what bikes cost now. It fucking isn't, right? You know, you go out and you look at the what is it, the CF Moto 850, so their adventure bike, fully fucking loaded, you know, with everything, with a tracker built into it, with fucking luggage, with the whole fucking lot, and it's like 15 grand or thereabouts. It's half the fucking price. Like, you have to occasionally just look at the situation and have a word with yourself and say, like, that's not fucking on, lads. So I think this bike, like the 1250, like the rally, the regular 1250, is probably the last properly good GS. I'm sure the market won't agree with me, and that these bikes will be going for buttons because people are upgrading to fucking 1300s. But I don't rate the 1300. I wouldn't go near it, considering a lot of things about it. So yeah, if you can pick up one of these babies, do, you know, unless you're going to go with something more economical, which you probably should, the way the quality to price ratio is going with bikes, because like the likes of CF Moto and a lot of the other Chinese brands, like, it's not shit. Like, they're good bikes, they're solid bikes. Speaking of Overlanders, a lot of the Overlanders tour guide bikes are CF Motos now, because their AMI, their sort of sister company, is a CF Moto dealer, and I'm very interested to see how they get on with them. So yeah, still on this whole GS. I also got, I think I put a photo on Instagram when I was out with what's his face, 2 Up 2 Down, and I bought a Suzuki GSX S1000 GT, which I traded in the Triumph for. I don't know if I even fucking posted about the Triumph on the channel, like. So the zero went away, and I bought a Triumph 1200 RS, which was a class bike to ride, but a couple of different things about it. Naked bike, not amazing, not really into it, and also, like, I could feel the fucking grave calling me when I was riding that bike. Like, it was a very fucking fast bike. And I know it's not the bike, it's the rider that's fast, but like, even when I was riding it, I was riding fast because it's very easy to fucking ride fast. And I was just like, it's not that I was afraid of it in that sense, but I was just like, this is not bringing out good thoughts in my head when I fucking ride it. So if I could get something that's a little more day to day, I'd love a fair bike. And I'm sort of half thinking of going back, getting a 4-cylinder bike again. And it's fucking GT ticked all the boxes, and it's a fucking class bike for the price. Gixxer engine, bulletproof fucking shit in it, and fucking, you know, they had a deal going in the luggage, so I was like, yeah. I traded the Triumph and some buttons for the GT, and it's a nice bike. I like it. I will post a video of it at some point, maybe, if I feel like it, on my terms. But in the meantime, people who are familiar with Wicklow will know that I'm getting close to Lara, which means it's time for a little coffee and a little wee-wee and a little sit-down. So I'm going to go do that. You're going to go do whatever it is that you do. And I will probably see you in like a couple of years. Alright? Have a good one. Stay safe. Talk to you soon.